Well, the end of 2021. Do you remember that time in 2007 when you got married and had a baby with somebody else and tried to escape the connection?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I got one.
I remember when that happened.
You do remember that?
I did. I
okay.
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that time when we finally decided to come together? You went away for a year.
I did that. Yeah.
Yeah. You remember that time in 2019 when you got cirrhosis of the liver and tried to escape this connection again?
Yep. Did that too.
You should just give up. You ain't leaving the connection.
Well, look.
Well, y'all think this connection is hell.
Look.
I've
tried to leave.
I'm like the Mr. Bill of the Twin Flames, so I don't know what y'all think. Oh,
Bill.
no! It's like, oh my God.
Mr. Bill?
Well, shit.
I got a Mr. Bill doll. So.
I mean, look. At the beginning of last year, I thought, okay, she found a way out this damn connection.
It was. I came to the brink. There is a brink.
You remember that time you tried to escape the connection? That shit didn't work.
Nope, you can't even die from it.
Nope. No. And it's like, I was like, because I heard it on the inside of me. It was like, she's going to try to leave the connection. Well, we can't have that. So I was like,
It's amazing to me how you can be in this connection and actually split up and go separate ways, but you're still in the damn connection. And no matter what you do or who you're with, the connection is still there and will always be. And that is unfortunate and fortunate at the same time.
You know, I think ultimately we figured out something very deep about our connection. Don't try to fight it. Mm-mm. Don't try to make yourself better for the other person in the connection. That's a disaster. Don't try to be something you're not in the connection. That's a disaster. And we've been reconnecting in ways, and it's like you look at everything that we've ever gone through. It changed us somehow, and changed who we are, but it didn't change the connection.
Right.
And
if you look, if you're sitting at home on this New Year's Eve and you are looking for something to get into, go to our YouTube channel and, well, this channel that you're on right here, because you're clearly on it, right? Go to, what is it, the playlist and our journey, and you will...
You can even watch through some videos where she forgets everything she says. I mean, it was like for 2 years straight.
Back.
She would just get started and be like, "Oh,
I
what was I
gotta
saying?"
Go back. Right.
And, yeah, I mean,
from the beginning. So we started documenting in 14, 15?
14. It was 13 we started, right? The writing started 2012, 2013. 2014 is when we did our first couple of videos.
Yeah. So if you're really bored and you want to cry and you want to laugh and you want to be really pissed off at Lee,
wait a minute.
Here's your opportunity.
So,
you could be pissed off at me too. I've done some shit. Look, if you want to know the kind of shit that we've done, it's all out there. Every bit of it is out there. We have not sugarcoated anything. It's out there. Look, it's out there on YouTube. Look it up. You will see what we've done to each other. You will be mad. You will cry. You will laugh. It's horrible.
But
it's so bad.
And if you think
we haven't watched it,
if you think you're going through some shit in this connection, we definitely recommend it, because
for sure.
Just when you think it's just getting as dark as it could possibly get, there's always this huge light that comes on.
It happened. Do you know what happened? You know when that happened for me?
When?
October 30th of this year. Actually, it was not. It was actually like November 1st or November 2nd. When I
Oh, we
woke
did
up.
a couple of days you missed in between there.
I woke up and I was like,
It was
wait a
rough.
minute.
Yeah, yeah, right. You thought you were escaping.
Yeah.
You did.
Wait a minute.
No. It doesn't. It's. We get it though, you guys. I
Yeah.
think we can tell you. We get what it's like when you are not together, or when you're in it and you're just ready to run and you're ready to shut it down. We get it. But ultimately, there's a choice where you can surrender to the connection. And it's interesting, every time we surrender to the connection gets stronger, and it rewards you somehow. In this case, I mean, I don't know what else can be thrown at us, but I'm sure something will. I mean, just stay tuned to this channel, because I'm sure something else is gonna fucking happen.
It's almost fun now.
For them,
To see what's coming. I think they wait with bated breath, like, what the hell are they gonna go through now?
Yeah.
Like, what else could the universe possibly put in there? And believe me, if you can name it, we've been through it, and the proof is on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's interesting, because as we look at it now, and how deeply connected and how rooted our connection is, it has gone through everything we've ever been connected through in our lives. Has showed up in our connection. Illness. Remember when your father didn't know where he was? He wasn't coherent and couldn't remember shit.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yep.
There you go. Right.
Yep.
It's just, I don't know any other way to explain it. It's like, I see into connection so far, so deep now, that I literally can. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable, and it's just. I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
Thankful's a good word for this year, except for, you know what I mean, everything that goes on, everything that went on around us, right? The virus, right? And the disease, right?
I think that was part of the plan.
Yeah. Hi, Craig. We might. Okay, he went away.
He's not gonna do a mic.
Hi, Craig.
Well,
There's Craig.
He might. So, you were
They're
saying.
probably wondering why we're sitting here in our pajamas, but.
So you're saying the virus and.
Yeah, the virus, and I mean, everything around us, right?
Yeah.
That was going on. Thankful is a good word for me, actually, too, for this year. Clearly, we know why. I mean, I got a second chance at life, but also, I believe the move helped make me more thankful. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of stress before.
No.
And that stress seems to be gone. And sometimes it creeps back in a little bit, but you know what? I'm thankful that we don't have to deal with that anymore.
No.
For sure. I'm definitely thankful for a second chance of life, but I think that word was perfect for this year.
I would say reset, rebirth. Rebirth especially.
Yeah.
I don't think it never stops.
Right.
The rebirthing aspect of every pain that you'll ever go through, every hurt that you'll ever go through, never stops. It's when we're holding off on it that we create the suffering.
Right.
You know, and it was like we were fighting one fight, and then we thought we needed another fight too, and we
Right.
didn't.
Right.
We didn't. We needed to focus on the one fight, right? And that fight was, how do we get here? Can we get here, or
The door.
can we stay present to get there?
Right.
Right? Because I think, a lot of the fears, and, a lot of you shared a lot of energy, a lot of prayers, a lot of thoughts, a lot of reaching out, and even a lot of help in a lot of different ways. And, it's like now looking back at all of that, and then looking forward and realizing it's still unknown in both cases what actually transpired. But the feeling is connected. The feeling of all of that is very, very deeply connected to both of us. And I'm thankful. Thankful is the best word.
Yeah.
And ready for 2022. I mean,
Yeah.
well, it feels like 2022 already. It felt like
Yeah.
2022 on October 30th, to tell you the truth. It really did.
It was definitely a special day. It was
Yeah. I mean,
life-changing
it
day.
seems that October 3, whether it's a 0 or a 3, has significant meaning with us.
For sure. We were not going to get married in October. We were going to get married in September, remember?
Yeah.
On the 29th or 26th?
28th.
29th.
29th?
Yeah.
29th.
And then we had to move it 3 days because of the venue that we really wanted. And we had to get married on October 3rd. And I had my transplant on October 30th.
Yep.
So that's following us around. It was hard for me to understand how to stay connected when I was sick because I didn't understand anything, right? or remember it much or anything. And but when you say thankful, the word grateful always comes up as well. I'm grateful for you and Mo and Cameron and my daughter and my niece and so many people that really, your son, that really rallied around us and
The dogs and the bunny.
saved,
Can't forget them.
helped save the dogs, the bunny,
Yeah.
that really had an impact on keeping me alive. Also, there's so many of you out there who have sent messages or commenting on my Facebook post, on my Sherry Got a Liver page. So many of you are there and encouraging and telling me that I'm an inspiration. I don't feel like an inspiration. I feel like I'm just living day by day, and but I'm well, and 60 days out.
60 days
yesterday.
Yeah. 61.
I'm doing regular things now. I'm going to the store. I'm driving. I'm doing my regular things, and it's a big adjustment.
It is.
It's a big adjustment, and I will be back. When I stop falling asleep as much, or when I get fully recovered, it's hard for me to sit for a long period of time. It's hard for me to stand for a long period of time. It's hard for me to walk long periods of time. But I've got about another 30 days of where I should be hard recovering, is what they call it, and then another 3 months of taking it easy. So soon I'll be back. I'll be back in sessions, and we're going to be obviously.
If there are sessions then.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things might be changing a little bit. We don't know.
Yeah.
And again, I know I've said it 100,000 times, but thank you, all of you that are understanding and keeping Lee working. I mean, that was so big. It still is so big when I'm not in session. And we are Lee and Sherry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But most of you understand that, Lee's Lee and Sherry, Sherry's Lee and Sherry, right? And where there's Lee, there's Sherry, and where there's Sherry, there's Lee. Whether I'm in session or not, that I am there and I'm with you. And it won't be too much longer. But, if we're doing individual sessions at that time, we don't know. So, we may be growing and doing some things. But let me tell you what we are going to do. Probably not in 2022. But in 2020, we were supposed to have a world tour. We were supposed to tour. And we had a lot of things booked, and we were ready to tour. And then this damn virus got us, and we couldn't tour. So we are going to go back on tour probably in 23.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
Probably in 23, we're going to go on tour and visit you. And, you know, a world tour is also coming. Clearly, we got to wait until the travel things are all lifted. But we definitely are coming to Australia because we've got friends that we need to see. And
If they open.
if they ever open.
If they open it back. Or if they settle down.
I don't know what they're doing over there. What are you guys doing?
I think it's
We have
settled down.
so
properly.
many people in Australia. I want to see your comments on here and let us know what's going on over there.
Yeah, or just email us.
Yeah.
We know.
We need
You
to
don't
know.
want to put that out there too much.
We need to know what's going
We
on.
know that they have some nosy
We s-
government official. I don't know.
Everybody's sick over there.
We don't know what's going on there. We're not there any more than you're here in the United States because the United States is not as beautiful as anywhere else either. So.
Oh, it's a mess over here.
Oh yeah.
We're
yeah.
trying to figure out if we need to come there.
It's
My nose just keeps...
surreal between the COVID effect and the George Floyd effect and the insurrection effect and all of these effects that are happening. It's quite surreal, but it's ever changing and it's always pointing back to how we should be more connected and we're not. Maybe that'll be. I know that's what we are here for. We're here for that connection, and you know I believe a lot of you that watch us know that that's why we do what we do. It's different. It's a different world. Even with everything that we went through here, it was just a different world outside of it too. It was
Yeah.
like the whole world got sick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, that's the way it felt like. It felt like
Okay.
everybody got sick, and then everybody was going through their disconnects. So, you know, it's, I'm happy. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy we get to fulfill the connection to our fullest every second. It's going to be a beautiful year.
Yeah. I agree. I know that I posted that this year I survived and next year I'm living, right?
Pilot license.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, it's going to be easier to grab a quick plane and you know what? My nose keeps itching. And last time I was on video and my nose was itching, I kept rubbing it. I was accused of doing cocaine. So let's get this straight. I haven't done cocaine in years.
2019? No. 2018? I don't remember.
I don't even.
No. No.
It's been a long time.
It was offered, but I don't remember.
It was
Is
20
that night? I think I'm blacking
It was
out.
20.
Something.
I don't know. It was bad.
Yeah,
but
but,
no,
you
I
know.
don't do cocaine. We don't
No,
do cocaine
no.
around here. We don't do drugs.
We don't believe marijuana's a drug, so we're sorry. We just don't.
It's a plant.
It's a plant.
Anyway.
It saved your life.
Oh yeah, it did.
I believe that they're, County Line Farms, Michigan. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That they're very dear to our hearts up there.
Yeah.
They stayed very close to everything you've been through. A lot of you did. They were especially generous with the way that they took you in and just donated it to you.
Oh man.
You know,
Oh
and
man.
it
Yeah.
was-
You can't say enough about
No,
those people.
well, you really
They're
can't.
they're just amazing
Yeah.
human beings, and that's Daryl and Sissy, just amazing human beings.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
So we want to talk for about a few more minutes because I know you're sick of hearing updates because they're all the same now. Right? They're all the same now. I'm fine.
We did a good video this past week, I think. Well, we did a live.
Yeah.
The live was
I
around
think
the.
we'll do a live tomorrow. Maybe do a live tomorrow. If
Oh,
you guys want a
on New
live
Year's?
tomorrow.
Do you get? Yeah, maybe you guys will want that. We'll see.
I mean, we're self-quarantining only because everybody's sick around us. My mom has COVID, and so if you're a prayer or a meditator, whatever, just throw her in there. My our daughter-in-law is sick as well. And she's also pregnant, so
Yeah.
get that negative energy out of here and move in the positive. And This year is definitely about moving the negative energy out, and or keeping it out because there's really none here.
I've developed a new way of looking at negative.
Oh no!
Well, I mean, just watching everything that you've
And
gone
the
through.
video is about to start.
Well, actually, if it weren't for the negative, the negative responses, it would have been a lot harder to take care of you. So, had it not been for COVID, I wouldn't have been able to keep you as safe because you were out of your mind wanting to go out and party. So it's like, had it not been,
where's the beer?
I had to take the good with the bad.
I wasn't drinking, by the way.
Remember, the bad always defines the good.
The splinter is the cost of the wood.
Yes, ma'am. So it was like
a lot of those people will get that.
If you really look at it, we need both. We have to have. We never see the silver lining because you don't. If you get rid of negative, you won't have a silver lining.
Oh.
If you look
don't
at,
doubt the sun is behind the cloud.
Don't doubt the sun is right.
Listen,
Oh,
if you
my
are a Bumpin'
God.
Uglies fan, everything we're saying are song
As
lyrics.
a song, but it's so
And if
true.
you're not a Bumpin' Uglies fan, you should be because
Yeah,
it's freaking awesome.
Brandon Hardesty, look him up.
Yeah.
He knows how to hit your soul. It's quite surreal though now. If you really look at everything that's happened, there's always had to be some bad to go with the good.
Yeah,
We had to give up our dream to have a new dream.
to have a new dream.
We had to, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know that I could necessarily say I want to push away negative,
Interesting how the dream turned into a nightmare.
but then the nightmare turned into this beautiful story.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like think about everything we've been through. There's always had to be something deeply negative to get that deeply positive.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So are we?
Or was it so negative that any inkling of positivity felt like, oh.
It was the release.
Oh.
You never get a
Right.
release without it.
Yeah.
So I think we've had it wrong for a long time that we want to get rid of negative energy instead of going, if there's negative energy, we got to look for the positive
in
too.
it. Yeah.
Because both are going to exist.
That makes sense.
We won't have movement without it.
Right.
So I'll take that you were sick, but I'll take that you could heal.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And you got really, really sick.
Right.
And then, lo and behold, we did the things that were talking about the negative and the positive found us because we were talking. You see what I'm saying?
I
We
almost, I almost died
post-
at a Tropodelic concert.
Oh, I'll never. I'll probably
can't
someday
even
tell
laugh
you
at
guys
that,
the
but I
story
do.
about the hotel room where I had to hook her up
I
to an IV,
literally almost died.
and
I
her
didn't
temperature
see
kept
Tropodelic.
spiking, and that was right before we found out you had sepsis. But that was
Yeah.
I mean, I felt I had to get you home.
Yeah.
I had to get you home.
Yeah.
If I didn't, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially if you would have went. You would have went. You would have been. You wouldn't have made it the next day. But anyway,
It was pretty
so I think this year we're gonna look for both.
okay.
I really strongly feel like the connection wants us to say you have to look at both. You don't decide which one. You can choose which one you give energy to,
Right.
but you can't push away one because when pushing away that one, you're not going to move. You're going to have no movement.
Right.
And we've seen that, right? I'm just going to sit here and be positive and love myself. And when I did that, I didn't realize the wall of negativity was created because you
Right.
couldn't come through
Right.
it. And a lot of people do that.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
still doing it. They're sitting there at home right now going, I'm doing self-love because I know I can't be with anyone else. Well, when you say that, you don't realize you cut them off from being connected to you. And their block, the block that you created there is the block they keep showing you. So it's almost like you got to pay attention to that negative thing to understand what's positive about it.
So they're gonna ask. Here we go with, but Lee. You're welcome.
But what?
So what do we do? What do we do when the negative things come? What do we do when we're in that negativity? How do we where's my nose? How do we stay in that negativity without feeding it? Does that make sense? Because, a lot of times where in that negativity or in that toxicity, right?
Right.
Whether it's somebody called or messaged or come over or said something that was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or anything. Could be anything.
Right.
Without adding to the negativity, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's key. Adding to, because we don't want to add to it, right?
Right.
Because that's causing unnecessary drama, unnecessary toxicity, unnecessary negativity, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, how do we? They're gonna ask.
Right. Right. And I'm gonna put this and make it very simple. I'm not even gonna make it alien. I'm gonna make it very human.
Yay!
Do you know that when you fight
Don't have to
something, you give
translate.
your energy to it, and it actually gets stronger?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're going to fight negativity, you're going to make the negativity stronger, right?
You're right.
But what happens when you accept the negativity? How much
Yeah.
energy will you give it then?
Right.
Right? It's like,
But they're gonna say it's really hard to accept when someone is
Right.
attacking you, or
but you know what? Love never got easy.
Right.
Love never came to you easy. Love comes to you when it's hard.
right.
So I get it, but catch that part. Catch what I'm saying here. If you can accept that there's going to be both, if you can accept the good with the bad, or the bad with the good, if you can accept them, everything changes. You're not going to get change until you accept it anyway. So the more you want to push something away, the more you want to fight something, the more energy that's going to make it stay. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, here, I'm going to fight negativity. Oh, that's right. Give negativity all your power. Are we sure? Right? Remember I said you get to choose between positive and negative and how much what you give your energy to. So the but in this case is but nothing. Just the accept the negative as you would accept the positive. That's gonna change everything. No, it's not gonna be easy. But name one time in your life where you got love because something was easy. Name one time you loved yourself because something was easy. Every time you've loved yourself is because you went through something hard. I'm not pointing at anything you don't already know how to do. I'm just pointing at the thing that you can do.
Right.
Accept, then act.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
There's no but, lady?
Well, there's
Was
a
I
few,
simple?
but that
Well,
was
well-
simple. That was simple.
Well,
It was simple enough.
I mean, as simple as I can make. And there's always going to be that
Because
argument.
I feel them.
Okay. Tell me what they're going to say.
So let's throw an example at you. All right.
Okay.
So someone out there is in a marriage. It's toxic. You know what? I'm not going to use the word narcissist because everybody.
That was the video we
Everybody thinks
watched.
everybody is a
that because
narcissist.
I said some shit in that too.
I mean, everybody's a narcissist. Everybody says everybody's a narcissist. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
You attract what you believe.
yeah. Anyway, I was going somewhere. Where was I going?
You are going with some of the things that they might say.
So they're going to say to you, what if I'm in a toxic marriage? I'm being physically abused, emotionally abused, mentally abused. It's a negative here. It's just horrible. I don't even want to come home. Do I accept that negativity?
First of all, the moment you say you're in the marriage, okay, so how are you talking yourself into it? That would be the abuse, right?
What do you mean?
If you're talking yourself into staying in something that's abusive, aren't you abusing yourself first?
Right.
Okay, so what's the
Right.
point?
And that's exactly right. That's
I'm
exactly-
going to stay in this toxic thing
Right.
because I love them. Well, wait a minute. How are you loving you if you stay?
Exactly.
Now, you don't see
Yeah.
that as abusive,
Right.
but that's where you attract the abuse because you're willing to stay in something. You have to talk yourself into it,
Right.
which is abusive in itself. Right?
Yeah, I saw a TikTok the other day from a friend of ours, Holly. What's her last name? Oh, it starts with a B. But
Oh, the coach.
yeah,
Bruby?
Brube.
Brube.
Yeah. And we are probably misspelling or miss
Sorry, but Holly, put your
Not-
stuff down below in the
not
comments or something.
not misspelling, but
Yeah.
what word am I trying to find?
I don't know, but I think you found it.
Anyway, y'all know what I mean. I'm said it wrong there. We probably said it wrong. Just
We love you though.
we do. But anyway, she was talking about this very thing in the TikTok. Like, um, what is it? Why are you still there? You know what
Well,
I mean? Um, if it's not
you learn
a
how to be
great
there,
environment, you
right?
do, because I mean I did it.
But you grew up in a hostile environment growing up.
Right.
So what you thought as home was always hostile. So
Exactly.
you would attract what you tell yourself that is.
Yeah.
And going deeper into it, there was thought patterns in you that believed that's all you would ever have.
Exactly.
So
I
you
mean,
will attract what you believe, right?
yeah, for sure.
So how do you heal that? Well, that's where you find us before we cut things off, because it's going to happen. I believe we've reached a point where we're going to do something different.
Yeah.
So, of course, anybody, if you got in on the December deal, great. If you didn't do it, it'll be cut off tonight at midnight.
Midnight.
and there'll be something new there coming tomorrow. So, even if you schedule something, get kicked back. So, the cool thing is, it's time for healing and it's time for change, but it's time for connection. And what we're talking about when it comes to toxicity, if you're staying in something toxic, what are you telling yourself that's keeping you there?
Right. And
Because it has
key.
nothing to do with the
But
other
that's
person.
the key. What are you telling yourself?
Right.
Not
Right.
not what are they telling you? What is everybody else saying? What are you telling yourself that's making you continue to allow that to happen?
Do you believe things become toxic because you can't love yourself?
Yes, for sure. Oh yeah.
Well, that's why you would stay, right?
Oh yeah.
Because you believe eventually if you get them to love you, you'll love yourself.
Yeah, and you hear it an awful lot too. I have no other place to go. I have nobody else. I have no family. What would I do?
It's
Where
a
would I
financial
go?
thing.
It's a financial thing.
Yeah.
Or I'm staying for the kids, and we're not going to get started on that.
I've let them love me with this mask on so long, I'm afraid for me to take it off and actually be who I am. Well, that's been the issue.
Masks.
I mean, well,
They're
think about
so
it.
bad.
Have you ever been with somebody and tried to give them everything and tried to love them when you weren't loving yourself?
Well, yeah, but you can't.
And well, no, you can. You
Well,
can actually,
try.
you'll actually teach them how not to worry about you because you don't show them how.
Right.
And then you're mad a few years in when they're going, you never had these needs before, or you had these needs, but you abandoned them. Or you just never really said anything.
Right.
So when you teach somebody that, you get mad at them for what you taught them.
Right.
That's literally what a people pleaser does. A people pleaser will attract a narcissist automatically because they will show them how not to care about them and make it all about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not their fault.
Right.
Because if you would have shown them, this is what I need, if you would have opened up and actually, who have you shared your needs with? I mean,
My son is texting.
well, I love you, Cameron. It's almost like you have to come into that awareness. If I never told you my needs, you wouldn't know how to show up for me.
Right.
If you didn't tell me your needs, I wouldn't know how to show up for me. In the connection, we have to share what our needs are. Other than that, the other person's going to suffer or be in their head all the time. And that happens. It happens even as close as we are. It still happens.
Yeah.
I mean, we are never really apart, but it still happens. So if it's happening to us, it's happening at a greater result to people who aren't together.
For sure.
Or people who keep trying to make it work. And they keep doing the whole, you become the runner when you're a people pleaser. You just don't know it.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah, I guess we should do some. We'll do some.
So bad.
We'll do some healing on that, and be very open with that. Maybe we can do a live with you. Oh, we're gonna go live tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you guys have questions and stuff and want to talk to us,
Get your questions ready.
yeah. What time were you thinking?
I don't know.
Well, we're Eastern time, so if you're watching at a different time, we'll just I'll message it in the community and let you know what time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be tomorrow.
In the meantime, hope you enjoy this. Happy New Year.
New Year.
Welcome to 2022. And I guess we'll just put this out at midnight.
No, we'll put it out before midnight. I'm thinking.
Oh.
It's only 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so 10. It is only 10 o'clock.
It's only 10 o'clock?
Oh, here, can you kiss you? See, I kissed you at 10 o'clock last year. I can say that to them tomorrow. Last time I kissed you was 10 o'clock last
Really? You're not going to kiss me at midnight?
Oh, I'm going to kiss you at midnight, but it'll be a new year. So I can say, you haven't kissed me since last year.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
I'll be just like every other twin on the planet. My twin doesn't love me. She kissed me last year. She hasn't kissed me this year.
I do want to say happy anniversary to Dove and Nicole.
Yes, happy anniversary. Happy
And,
birthday to Gemma. Happy birthday,
birthday,
Dad.
Gemma.
31st to, 31. My mother and father have interesting birthdays. My father's at 31st, my mother's 13th. Of this month.
Threes follow us all everywhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Right.
It is.
Right. If it weren't for 3, we wouldn't be 3.
Right. Look, if you guys want to
Me, you, and our connection. That would be 3.
trilogy.
Ooh. Pyramid.
Check out our YouTube playlist.
Yep.
You'll enjoy it.
30 minutes.
You will see all the different colors of my hair.
Yes. The 30 minutes are there now. They're going away soon.
30 minutes.
Yes. So if you want to get a 30-minute in,
Those
let's
are
do
free.
it. Yeah. We're not charging
Those
anything.
don't cost
Well, it's a
anything.
gift. We want to heal something with you so you can see that you can heal. That's very important. You can't connect to you. If you can connect to you, you can heal. Yep. All right. We love you guys.
We do.
We'll see you soon.